In a good old 50-over cricket match, it's a fair game for both the folks playing and the fans watching. It gives a team enough time to bounce back if they mess up early, and it serves up some exciting cricket for the fans. Plus, the players feel like they've earned their paycheck after putting in a decent amount of work on the field. But here's the thing. The big shots in charge have been showing a lot of love to T20 cricket, and the players are kind of guilty of letting it happen. T20 matches pull in big crowds, many of whom are new to the sport. They also bring in a ton of money for teams and cricket associations that really need it. No doubt, T20 has been a financial savior for the game, but it's hogging all the spotlight at the expense of other formats. T20 has its place, but it's gotten a bit too big for its britches in the world of cricket. Now, one-day internationals, ODIs, they've been reduced to basically counting on a World Cup year to stay relevant. And guess what? We've got a thrilling World Cup happening in India this year, and in the mix, there's a blockbuster showdown between the fierce rivals India and Pakistan. Back in 1996, when India and Pakistan played a series in Toronto, I remember chatting with players from both sides who were getting along just fine. I couldn't help but ask, why is there so much animosity between your countries? You guys seem to get along pretty well. Their response was eye-opening. One player said, "We understand each other and share similar food. People mostly get along, but it's the politicians who keep the tension alive." It was a sad but true insight, and sadly, things have only gotten worse since then. The Limited Overs World Cup started as a 60-over affair back in 1975. It ended with a thrilling late-night victory for the West Indies against a determined Australia. It was just what the format needed, and it seemed like one-day cricket was becoming a global favorite. But then, ODIs became a 50-over game and slowly lost ground to T20 cricket. The people in charge focused too much on the money T20 brought in, and the players went along with it. Instead of finding ways to make 50-over cricket more exciting, they tinkered with the rules, adding power plays, fielding restrictions, and shorter boundaries. These changes often favored the batsmen and dictated how captains should lead their teams. It was like captains were given a playbook, and they had to follow it. They could have made thoughtful improvements like letting bowlers have more overs, but they went for gimmicks instead. Any captain who wanted to take wickets rather than just contain runs should have been encouraged, not discouraged. And a team's approach to batting should depend on the target they're chasing. There were many ways to make 50-over cricket better for players and fans, but those ideas got ignored, and ODIs lost their charm. But here's the twist. The 50-over World Cup still pulls in huge crowds. Despite all the negativity surrounding the format, the 2023 tournament is expected to be a massive hit, especially because it features that epic clash between India and Pakistan.